Yeah, thank you, Yanto, for the introduction, and thank you all for staying until the last presentation. Actually, before I start, I should clarify that I'm not really qualified to be the only person who is receiving the award. Actually, it is a teamwork, including Yanto himself and Mr. Chen sitting in the audience as well, and also a team of students who are not here. So I just represent the team to report to you what we have done in the Rugby 7th game in 2016. So basically in Hong Kong, we see a lot of contradictions and also like mismatch between what is needed for sustainability, but actually what is offered by the government, by communities, and by our lifestyles. I'll just give you one simple example. In Hong Kong, basically, you don't need to pay, each household doesn't have to pay anything for water if it's within the first 21 cubic meters. So you get water for free, but actually water is very expensive, and also it is a very scarce resource as well. So we try to relate the teaching of environmental policies to the real life challenges that we all are facing within Hong Kong and also in other parts of the world. That's what we try to do in the environmental policy program, and also we teach courses like research methods. In that course, the students will have to find their own projects and then to work out from research design to execution and to reporting. So those kind of problem-driven teaching prepares our students to become engaged with real-life challenges. And then the Campus Sustainability Fund, it is one of the very generous funding vehicles in our university. It's provided the financial support for a group of students together with me to become engaged with collaboration in a wider Hong Kong community, not just within the CTU itself. So in terms of knowledge transfer, I would say collaboration is the key. I will introduce to you one of our key partners, who is Mr. Robbie McRobbie. He is the CEO of the Hong Kong Rugby Union. He knows very well the problems or the challenges that their annual match has to try to deal with. That is a large amount of consumption of drinks during the games. People get excited, and also it is in April, already very hot in Hong Kong. And the plastic bags were thrown away without recycling. So he wanted to do something to create green mega events. So he strongly advocated for that. And that message was echoed by the EPD, Hong Kong Environmental Protection Department. It is an entity that basically endorses the initiative, and it brings up the collaboration to a higher level. In that way, the students in my department become very interested in working with those external organizations that have official authority and that has a very large audience, because the Hong Kong Rugby 7th game is one of the kind of flagship events in Hong Kong. So they are very happy to be associated with those big names and the exciting events. At the same time, they learned how to design a research. So that created the niche for our students to become engaged, to promote recycling during the Rugby 7th games. So in that way, the students became not only knowledge carriers, but also active learners. They have to learn the context before they can do anything. At the same time, we also work with other entities because it is a very big game, and as you can imagine, there are a lot of service providers to that event, including the LCSD and also the cleaning companies, etc. And what the students have done or they have learned through the collaboration, I try to summarize into those 4 bulletin points. And I will show you some of the examples. The first thing is they have to create an intervention that will draw attention of the spectators to the game, to know that they need to do recycling. They cannot throw or they cannot mix the plastic bags or plastic bottles with any other foods or other rubbish. And what have the students done is they designed a transparent recycling bin. And that recycling bin, basically the message is very clear and very simple. It will show clearly when someone drops something into that bin. So in that way, it will have a kind of norming effect. So when plastic bottles are already in that recycling bin, and then later on if someone drops a bag of sandwich or something else into it, then immediately the person will know, oh, it doesn't belong here. So that is the idea behind. And then we have students who are with the environmental policy program. All of them became leaders in different years, trying to organize the whole activity, promoting recycling during the Rugby Sevens games. But those students, in terms of numbers, it's very few, right? But they have to recruit volunteers. So for example, in 2016, they recruited a total of 35 students from CTU, and sometimes there are also students from other universities, to work together to conduct on-site waste audit, etc. So they have to not only carry out the research by themselves, they also have to teach the other students who may not have taken the research methods class to do on-site observation and on-site survey. And some of the results of their research work are, one is sampling. They have to understand how to select the spots which will allow them to be able to infer what is the waste generation situation and the recycling condition during that game, because the stadium is huge and we can only select a few spots to do the survey. So this is what the students have designed in terms of the random sampling process. At the same time, they learned how to do interviews and how to conduct waste audits on site. They also designed the recycling bin by attaching a meter to it, so people will clearly see when they read the meters, they will know how much has been recycled. And then also they learned how to do writing the report, and the report is available from the CSF webpage. For the students, I just want to highlight one point. So for example, the second one, even though it looks very minor, it is not a small thing for our students in terms of forming meeting minutes. Why? Because I'm the person who is sitting in the back office. I don't go to the front line to go to the meetings every time when the students have to go, or I don't go to the stadium to do the waste audit myself. So I don't really oversee their every kind of meeting or conversations with the senior members in the external organizations. So what I need to do is just to teach them how to form the meeting minutes in a very professional way. In that way, they will be able to communicate back to all the people, all the participants to the meetings, because there are so many collaborators going to the meeting at the same time. So in that way, the students will have the sense of ownership, and then they can try to keep track of what has been discussed, and also to make sure the in-time delivery of the output. So even though it is a very minor thing, but the students learned how to conduct themselves in a professional way in the real world. And also what they have done has drawn attention from the high-level officials, and they were invited, and thanks to Matthew as well, to the climate change stakeholder engaging session held in last July. So as you can see from the picture, the important figures in Hong Kong are all there, right? And the students gave a presentation in front of the audience, and I'm very happy for them because actually they got the name of the CTU out to the community, and I'm very proud of their work. I will skip this in the interest of time. So, as I said in the beginning, I'm not qualified to become the only person who is receiving the award, and I want to thank the names listed on the slide, and I hope the collaboration will continue in the future. Thank you.
So we have questions? Any questions for you, Wanxin? That works better in getting people to put the right type of rubbish in there, right? Am I right?
Slightly.
Okay, slightly. So, because actually, my question is actually to Mr. Matthew Chan, is from Environmental Protection Agency, whether this type of work can influence how you guys develop future policies about the environment, about maybe what kind of rubbish we need to design for the future.
Actually, I don't expect to say this. But anyways, honestly speaking, you may say that just for short-term experiments or short-term experiments, the result may not come. But the importance behind that that collaboration is that we always know that waste management is a difficult task. We always want to find the innovative ways. We always want to find the down-to-the-earth ways to change the people behavior. That's the meaning of that research. We want to step by step into that. Just transparent. We are not of testing. We are testing whether the transparent bin can work. We are testing whether the large bin can work. We are even want to test whether low bin can work.
Like in Taipei.
Yeah. So actually, I thank you very much, and you can start doing that sort of experiment and help to find the future ways how to manage the group behavior. Actually, from our point of view, I myself is study the engineering. For the environmental protection, for the waste management, we can do a lot for the infrastructure, the downside, how to treat the waste, how to no matter we build a landfill, no matter we build an incinerator or organic waste treatment plant, we can do a lot with this one. But we are actually want to find more ways to change the people behavior than upstream. That's actually the people or the waste producer or the user. That's what I want.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chen. If there's no one further question.
Dr. Lee, do you think this kind of collaboration can be extended to other areas? Do you have any plans for next year? What kind of projects you're going to do?
Yes, in one of the slides that I already highlighted, 3 student leaders, they are actually working with the external parties they have already done the on-site work during the Rugby Sevens games this year. And then what is followed will be data analysis and the wrap-up of the work, etc. And the Office of the Provost is very supportive of the work, and they will provide a block grant for like 3 years. So in that way, we don't have to apply for funding each year when we want to do something to ensure the continuity on this collaboration. And as you have asked whether it can be extended to other areas or other topics, I should say, of course, because Hong Kong itself is a living laboratory, and we can identify a lot of issues that need to be addressed. But and for me, I only have limited capacity, so I hope within CTU there are more colleagues who will become interested in such kind of work, and then in the future we can do more. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your time. Thanks, Wanxin.
Thank you.